Hello there everybody, how is it going and how have you been? I am EuclideanSqd, and we're back here in Duel Links to check out the newest main box, Blazing Rose. In case you can't tell by the picture over the shop, it means the Black Rose Dragon has finally been added for the rest of the game. And before we start opening up packs, I just want to mention that there was a new structure deck released between this video and the last one that I put out. There are quite a few new cards in that. I'm probably going to just cover that at the end of this video. I just didn't think it was really worth making a video just by itself, if that makes any sense. Structure decks don't tend to have a whole lot of new cards, but anyway, moving on. I already got the 500 free gems that you get whenever a new box is introduced, so let's just start going, opening up some packs and see what we get. I'm actually pretty excited. I really like Black Rose Dragon just because of how the monster looks. Kind of hoping I get a copy of it. Let's see. First, there is World Legacy Gardna Mardark. A level, what is that? 8? Level 8 Wind Dragon, 2600 attack, 3000 defense. I think I can make out the text. Let's see. Looks like it's you know what, I'll just read it at the end. The font's too small. Next we get Blue Rose Dragon, a level 4 Dark Dragon with 1600 attack and 1200 defense. When this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target a Black Rose Dragon or plant type monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. Very cool. I was kind of hoping that they would introduce this card alongside Black Rose Dragon. And next we get Subterror Behemoths Kraken? I think that's how you say it. The Gardna and this thing, both of these are completely new to me. A level 5 Earth Sea Serpent flip effect. That's an odd card, but alright. 1400 attack, 2600 defense. Flip, so you want to set this and then its effect activates when it flips face up. You can target set cards on the field equal to the number of Subterror Behemoth monsters you control. Destroy them. You can only use this effect of Subterror Behemoth Kraken once per turn. When a face-up monster you control is flipped face down, if you control no face-up monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. Once per turn, you can change this card to face-down defense position. Okay, so my guess is that there's going to be more of these Subterror Behemoths, just judging by the wording of the card, and it wouldn't make sense if this was the only one added. It looks like they are going to be an archetype of stuff that likes to flip themselves face down and rely on their flip effects going off. Pretty cool, though, that if something flips face down, you can then special summon it. So hopefully there's going to be like a level 4 or lower Subterror Behemoth that we can use to make it easier to get Kraken out on the field. Just realized that first pack took me 3.5 minutes. A reprint card, Swarm of Crows, level 5 Dark Winged Beast, 1200 attack, 1800 defense. Cannot be special summoned from the deck. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position. When this card is flip summoned, discard one random card from your opponent's hand. Unlike Kraken, because it does not have the big flip in all caps at the beginning, it has to be manually flip summoned by you. You can't just let your opponent attack into it and that won't trigger the effect. Then we have Aloof Lupine. It's an amazing name for a card. Level 4 Dark Beast, 1700 attack, 300 defense. When this card is normal summoned, you can banish one monster from your hand. Banish one monster from your deck with the same type as that monster. Okay? If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can target one of your banished monsters and add it to your hand. You can only use each effect of Aloof Lupine once per turn. Okay. So, first off, it's a nice, strong beast. But also, it's a bit of a roundabout way, but that's actually a pretty decent seeker. So, like, you summon Aloof Lupine, you discard a dragon or another beast or whatever from your hand, find the one you want in your deck that matches, banish that. Then when you lose Lupine, you can just add the one that you wanted to your hand instead. Okay. Next is Subterror Behemoth Ultramuffus. Probably not pronouncing that right, but holy crap, that is a level 12 monster. Earth Pyro Flip Effect, 3000 attack, 1800 defense. Flip. You can change all other face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position. Alright. You can only use this effect of Subterror Behemoth Ultramophis once per turn. When a face-up monster you control is flipped face-down, if you control no face-up monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. Once per turn, you can change this card to face-down defense position. Okay, so it looks like, going off of Ultramophis and Stiga Kraken, it seems like these things are going to all have that second set of effects. That if you have nothing face-up anymore when something flips face-down, you can special summon it. So it looks like they are all going to be somewhat easy to summon, and then their main flip effect is going to be something seemingly somewhat powerful. Kind of cool that Stiga Kraken sends set cards back to the hand. That means you could target spell and traps and set monsters that Ultramophis takes care of. But anyway, Green Phantom King, a level 3 Earth Plant, normal monster, 500 attack, 1600 defense. You know, that's not actually terrible. That's not actually terrible. 1600 is not great for defense, but it's not that bad either. Blue Rose Dragon, already getting repeats, and then Fallen Angel of Roses, a level 7 Earth Plant, 2400 attack, 1300 defense. You can special summon this card from your hand by returning one plant-type monster you control to the hand, except for Fallen Angel of Roses, but banish it when it leaves the field. That's not bad. Play any plant, immediately exchange it for Fallen Angel. She banishes when you lose her, but basically a 2400 without having a tribute. And we got a Synchro. And because of the Rainbow Sparkles, that means it has to be either an Ultra or a Super Rare, and there are no Super Rare Synchros, so we either got Black Rose Dragon or we got the other one. Anyway, Metaphase Executor. Level, what is that, 10? Worm? When the hell did the Wyrm-Type get introduced? There's all kinds of crazy cards in this box. Alright, a level 10 light worm monster. 3000 attack, 2500 defense. Cannot be normal summoned set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing... That's either a 3 or a 5. Metaphase cards with different names from your graveyard and or face-up from your field. Cannot be destroyed or banished by card effects. Once per turn, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, you can target one of your banished Metaphase monsters, special summon it, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. That is a very powerful card, and I want to know more about these Metaphase monsters, if only to figure out what the hell a Wyrm-Type is. Another weird-looking card. Tindangle Intruder. Level 6 Dark Fiend Flip. 2200 attack, 0 defense. Flip effect. You can add one Tindangle card from your deck to your hand. When this card is normal summoned, you can send one Tindangle card from your deck to the graveyard. If a monster is special summoned to your field in face-down defense position while this card is in your graveyard, special summon this card in face-down defense position. This is not optional. You can only use each effect of Tindangle Intruder once per turn. Okay. So... I'm guessing these things like to special summon out of the graveyard. Again, I've never seen this sort of card before, so I have no idea how it works. And I got Black Rose Dragon on the 4th pack. Hell yes! Oh, I love this card so much. Anyway, Black Rose Dragon, level 7 Fire Dragon Synchro, 2400 attack, 1800 defense. It accepts any tuner and non-tuners. When this card is synchro summoned, you can destroy all cards on the field. That does include Black Rose Dragon, so just be mindful. Once per turn, you can banish a plant-type monster from your graveyard, then target a defense position monster your opponent controls, change that target to face-up attack position, and if you do, its attack becomes 0 until the end of this turn. Black Rose Dragon is fantastic for getting around any sort of defensive cards, obviously excluding any spell or traps sort of nonsense that your opponent might pull. But, yeah, it's great for getting around stuff that has high defense. Or if your opponent just has a whole bunch of big scary things, you can just blow up the entire field. Kind of force a reset there. It's not fantastic because then you would be wide open, but anyway. Gardragon Garmides. Or Guardragon Garmides. Level 3 Earth Dragon. 1600 attack, 1000 defense. If a normal monster is sent to your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send one Dragon-type monster from your hand to the graveyard, add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect of Guard Dragon Garmades once per turn. Okay, so these things seem like they're kind of like the hieratic dragons, that they want to work with normal monsters. Well, those specifically wanted to work with normal dragons. These seem to be okay working with any normals. Subterror Nemesis Defender. Level 2 Earth Beast Warrior, 100 attack, 2000 defense. So many long effects. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets exactly one set monster you control and no other cards, or when a set monster you control is targeted for an attack by an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand or face it from your field to the graveyard, target another monster you control that would be an appropriate target. That card effect attack now targets the new target. While you control a set monster, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Okay, so that's probably meant to work with the behemoths, but pretty nice. Bit of defense for them when they're face down. Metaphase. Continuous spell. Once per turn, you can banish one Metaphase card from your hand, and if you do, draw a card. Once per turn, if your Metaphase card in its owner's possession is banished, apply this effect depending on whose turn it is. If it's your turn, all monsters on the field lose 500 attack and defense except for Metaphase monsters. If it's the opponent's turn, change the battle positions of all monsters on the field except Metaphase monsters. These things are weird. I need to see more to figure out what's going on, and I think the twinkling effect from the Black Rose Dragon card is stuck. No, I think it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. This new pack reset it. Metaphase Armed Dragon, level 7, another light worm, 2800 attack, 1000 defense. It's a normal monster. Okay. Fairly close substitute for a Blue Eyes, for example. Interesting. Another Aloof Lupine, and we got a super rare. Subterror Final Battle. Trap card. Activate one of these effects. Also, after that, set this card face down instead of sending it to the graveyard. Oh, that's cool. Change one set Subterror monster on the field to face-up attack or defense position. Change one face-up Subterror monster on the field to face-down defense position. Attack and defense of one Subterror monster on the field become equal to its combined original attack and defense until the end of this turn. That is terrifying. This turn, activated effects of Subterror cards cannot be negated. That's a cool trap. I mean, obviously your opponent can destroy it with spell and trap cards, but you could just constantly reactivate it, like just pick any of those 4 effects once per turn. That's very nice. And pardon me, just double checking. Yep, still recording. Cool. Let's see. Another one. Subterror Behemoths Beliogeist. For a... is that like 11, I think? Yeah, that's an 11. A level 11 Earth Fiend, 3000 attack, 1400 defense. Flip effect, you can target one monster on the field, change it to face-up attack position if it is in defense position, also changes attack to 0. You can only use this effect of Subterror Behemoth Spellogeist once per turn, and same sort of deal. When a face-up monster you control is flipped face down, if you have no more face-ups, you can special summon this thing in defense mode, and once per turn you can flip it into face-down defense. Cool. A reprint card, 8 Claws Scorpion, level 2, Dark Insect, 300 attack and 200 defense. Once per turn, you can flip this card in face-down defense position. When this card attacks an opponent's face-down defense position monster, its attack becomes 2400 during damage calculation only. And yet another reprint, Different Dimension Ground. Trap card that says this turn, any monster sent to the graveyard is removed from play instead. Alright. Continuing on, we have Gardragon Justicia, a level 2 Water Dragon Tuner, with no attack but 2100 defense. Alright, that's a nice card. Swarm of Crows, and another thing that I've never seen, Crawler Glyle. I think I pronounced that right. Level 2 Earth Insect Flip, Good lord, there's a lot of flip effects in this box. 700 attack, 1500 defense. As the flip effect, you can special summon one crawler monster from your hand or graveyard in face-up attack position or face-down defense position, except Crawler Glial. If this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon two crawler monsters with different names from your deck in face-down defensive position, except Glial. You can only use each effect of Glial once per turn. Okay. Second effect is slightly harder to use because it specifically says card effect, and it has to be face-up. But, interesting. Let's see. Metaphase Factor, a field spell. Each turn, one level 5 or higher Metaphase monster you normal summon can be summoned without tributing, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. Alright, that makes the really high ones a lot more easy to use. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to your Metaphase monster's effect activations. And that's kind of insane, so you're going to use the Metaphase cards, definitely want to add a couple of copies of this to your deck. Wandering Mummy, level 4 Earth Zombie, 1500 attack and defense. You can flip this card into face-down defensive position once per turn during your main phase. After you use this effect, rearrange the face-down defensive position monsters on your side of the field, then return them in face-down defensive position. That's kind of cool. I definitely see why these, like this thing and a Claw Scorpion are being added. It's to get more monsters that can flip themselves face down into play so that people who want to use the Subterranean cards have an easier time doing that. And Wandering Mummy might actually be kind of cool. Since it shuffles up the position, it will probably make it harder for your opponent to target your or the right card with their spell effects or whatever. Share the Pain. Spell card, tribute a monster, forces your opponent to tribute one monster for no effect. I guess that means that if they tribute something that would say, when this card is tributed, it doesn't go off. So that's kind of a cool spell card. Don't know if that keeps your monsters from activating their effects, or if that's even how it works, but anyway. Quaggar Hercules, level 6 Earth Insect Fusion of Kuwagata Alpha and Hercules Beetle, 1900 attack, 1700 defense, no effect, but if you need a cheap fusion monster to try and use for stage-up missions or whatever, maybe this thing. Subterror Nemesis Warrior, level 4 Earth Warrior, 1800 attack, 1200 defense. During either player's turn, you can send one Subterror monster from your deck to the graveyard. Tribute this card and at least one other monster so the total original levels tributed equal or exceed the level of that Subterror monster in the graveyard. And if you do, special summon that monster in face-up or face-down defense position. If a Subterror Behemoth monster is flipped face-up while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. That's cool. You can only use each effective Subterror Nemesis Warrior once per turn. That's cool. That's very cool. Alright, and Magical Android, a level 5 Light Psychic Synchro, 2400 attack, 1700 defense. It accepts any tuner and non-tuners, and during each of your end phases gains 600 life points for each Psychic type monster you currently control. So that's at least a guaranteed 600 life points during every time you end your turn. Alright. Now where's that thing that I skipped over? Here it is. Alright, so for Gardragon Mardark, all monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack and defense for each dragon-type monster you control. So at least 500 because this thing's going to be on the field. You can only use each of the following effects of World Legacy Gardragon Mardark once per turn. You can banish 2 normal monsters from your hand or graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, that's pretty badass. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add from your graveyard to your hand one level 9 monster with a different original type and attribute than this card. I have no idea what would satisfy that requirements, but that first one's pretty cool. Alright. I like that. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And pardon me for being paranoid, just double checking. Recording's still going. Let's go ahead and get another 10 packs, because that first set took up 20 minutes of the episode. I was not expecting it to take that long. But holy hell, there's a lot of long-winded effects in this box. Ryu Okami. My apologies if I butchered that pronunciation. Level 8 Light Arm. 2900 attack, 1200 defense. If your opponent special summons a monster, your opponent sends one card from their extra deck to the graveyard. I totally get why this thing is introduced. It's meant to try and be something else to counter Six Samurais, because those things love to special summon themselves. This thing kind of ruins that deck if you're able to use it effectively. Sends the synchros, sends the fusions, just don't know how easily you can summon it, but that's an option. Z1, or Zone, I don't know. Spell card. When this set card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, select one continuous spell or field spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Okay. And then Copy Plant. Level 1 Wind Plant Tuner. No attack and defense. Once per turn, you can target one other plant-type monster on the field that has a level. This card's level becomes that monster's current level until the end of this turn. Right, so both Black Rose Dragon and Copy Plant, which are previously exclusive to Akiza's skill, is now available for anybody to use. Alrighty. Dark Rose Fairy. Level 2 Dark Fairy, 800 attack, 1000 defense. If a tuner is special summoned, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, place this card on the top or bottom of your deck. And you can only use each effect of Dark Rose Fairy once per turn. Alright, so obviously this thing is meant to help you synchro summon. Sorry for kind of snorting right there, just got an itch in my nose. Sinister Seeds, another reprint. Regular trap card. When a monster you control is destroyed by battle in which you took damage, and it was in face-up attack position at the start of the damage step when it was destroyed, you special summon a Sinister Seed token, which is a level 1 plant dark with 100 attack and defense, for every 500 points of battle damage you took from that battle. So this is obviously a way to get tokens that you can then tribute or synchro summon with. I don't really know how effective this card is, but anyway. And then Magical Android. Next up we get Subterror Behemoth Dragosreri. Probably mispronounced that, but god, I love the design of all these things. They look so cool. Reminds me of like Monster Hunter or something. Level 6 Earth Zombie. 2400 attack, 1600 defense. Flip effect. You can activate this effect. This turn, Subterror cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use this effect of Subterror Behemoth Dragosreri once per turn, and then the standard effect that all these Subterror Behemoths seem to have. Oh cool, Ghost Gardna. A level 4 Dark Warrior, no attack, 1900 defense. When a face-up monster you control is selected as an attack target, you can change the target to this card. And when this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, one face-up monster your opponent controls loses 1000 attack until the end phase. So, pretty cool that you can just leave this thing in defense mode and it can keep drawing attacks to itself. Unfortunately, if it is destroyed during your opponent's turn, the attack drop goes away before you have a chance to attack back. And honestly, crashing Ghost Gardna into something is probably gonna hurt, but something you can do. And Witch of the Black Rose, a level 4 Dark Spellcaster Tuner, 1700 attack, 1200 defense. This card cannot be special summoned. When this card is normal summoned while you control no cards, draw a card and reveal it. If the card you drew is not a monster, send it to the graveyard and destroy this card. Oof. Alright. Though you can't just completely ignore the effect if you normal summon this thing while you have something else in play. So if you don't want to risk it, you could just like set a spell or a trap card and its effect won't activate. Sorry, hold on, I kind of came through a bit last time. I'm going to try and turn away a little bit more before I blow my nose. Wait. I don't know what the hell's going on. I was fine up until like 5 minutes before I started recording. 8 Claws Scorpion, Wandering Mummy, Subterror Nemesis Defender. Moving a little bit faster now that we're getting duplicates. Quaggar Hercules, which is the Black Rose, a Metaphase, it's a tongue twister. Sinister Seeds, Arcane Archer of the Forest. Reprint card, level 3 Earth Warrior, 900 attack, 1400 defense. While there is a plant-type monster on your side of the field, this card cannot be attacked. By tributing a plant-type monster on your side of the field, destroy one spell or trap card on the field. Alright, so if you have a strong plant monster, you can safely play this thing and not have to worry about your opponent going after it. And a different dimension ground. Boycotting? Why is this thing a plant? It looks like a sheep. Holy crap, a level 4 earth plant with 2500 defense? And 1000 attack. Alright, you have to have some kind of weird downside effect. You take any battle damage your opponent would have taken from battles involving this card. Oh, that's why. If this card battles is not destroyed and you took damage from that battle, return this card to the hand. Okay, so that's a bit weird. Although, if you have that Spirit Barrier continuous trap that I think Bastion can drop, activate that, put Boycotting down. Spirit Barrier says you don't take battle damage while you control a monster. So, Boycotting won't let attack through, or the damage through, and its effect won't trigger, so it just sits there on the field as a 2500 wall for 4. Alright. Man, these things are cool. Subterror Behemoth Phosphero Glacier. Was that level 8 Earth Aqua. 2600 attack, 2500 defense. Flip effect, you can send one card from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Subterror Behemoth Phosphor Glacier once per turn. Alright, so they like the graveyard. I'd comment more, but I'm kind of forgetting a lot of their effects. There's so many new cards that I've never even heard of. Ooh, did we get something cool? Maybe. Z1, Tindangle Protector. A level 3 Dark Fiend, 800 attack, 1600 defense. Flip effect, you can change up to 3 face-down defense position monsters you control to face-up defense position. Then if all those monsters are Tindangle monsters, you can add up to that many Tindangle cards from your deck to your hand. Okay, so you could use this thing to reveal another Tindangle, and then search out something that you need from your deck. That's kind of cool. And a super rare, Liberty at Last. When a monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, target 2 face-up monsters on the field and shuffle those targets into the deck. I really love this trap card. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be using this in so many decks. This is great. Doesn't destroy, doesn't banish. The only thing you have to worry about is stuff that says you can't target. But that's going to counter so many things. Alright. Tindangle Intruder. Great Spirit. Yet another reprint. Level 4 Earth Rock. 500 attack, 1500 defense. Once per turn during your main phase, you can flip this card into face-down defense position. When this card is flip summoned, you can switch the original attack and defense of one face-up Earth monster on the field until the end of this turn. Right, and then another Stigakraken. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Jagosaurary, Garmides, Crawler Dendrite. Level 2 Earth Insect Flip, 1300 attack, 600 defense. Flip effect, you can send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. If this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 2 crawler monsters with different names from your deck and face-down defense position except Dendrite. Okay, so it looks like the crawlers are all going to have that secondary effect as well. Okay. Man, lots of really cool cards in this box. And we're only 20 in. Let's keep going. Let's go for 30 at the very least. Did I get another ultra rare? Maybe. Guardragon Mardark, Intruder, and... Nope, I got the other Subterror Final Battle, which is fine with me, because I really like those Subterror cards. Great Spirit, Swarm of Crows, Magical Android, Protector, Necrofleur, a level 1 Dark Plant, no attack and defense. If this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Sorcerer de Fleur from your deck. Pardon my awful French accent. I have no idea what that other card is. And then a Subterror Nemesis Defender. Next we have Gardragon Promenesis, a level 1 Fire Dragon effect. Just Fire Dragon, 500 attack, 200 defense. Let's see, what's its effect here? You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target one Dragon-type monster you control. It gains 500 attack and defense until the end of your opponent's turn. If a normal monster is sent to your graveyard, when this card is in the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Premonisis once per turn. Okay. Another Hercules, another Fallen Angel. Golem Sentry. Level 4 Earth Rock, 800 attack, 1800 defense. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position. When this card is flip summoned, target a monster your opponent controls and return that target to the hand. Okay. Good lord, there's a lot of these things. Subterror Behemoth Stalagmo. Level 10 Earth Rock, 2800 attack, 2100 defense. Flip effect. You can discard one Subterror monster, and if you do, draw 2 cards. Alright. Alright. Considering it seems that some Subterrors like being in the graveyard, like Soldier, for example, that's pretty cool. Oh, okay. So this is Sorcerer de Fleur. Level 8. Yeah, level 8 Dark Spellcaster, 2900 attack, but no defense. When this card is normal or special summoned, select one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon that monster to your side of the field. It cannot attack your opponent directly and is destroyed during the end phase of this turn. This effect of Sorcerer de Fleur can only be activated once per turn. Alright. Still, that's pretty cool. You could just steal one of your opponent's monsters and use that for a free attack on something of theirs. Get it out of the way so that the Sorcerer can attack directly instead. Another Stalagmo, Influence Dragon. Level 3 Wind Dragon, Tuner, 300 attack, 900 defense. Once per turn, you can target a face-up monster you control. It becomes Dragon-type until the end phase. Alright, so if you need that for a Synchro Summon, it's pretty cool. And then Queen Angel of Roses. Level 7 Earth Plant, 2400 attack, 1300 defense. You can tribute summon this card in face-up attack position by tributing a plant-type monster. Once per turn, during your standby phase, destroy the one face-up monster on the field that has the lowest attack, your choice if tied. Ooh. That second effect is not optional. So if this thing is the only face-up monster, it kills itself. That's kind of rough. Dragossary Noble Knight Joan. Level 4 Light Warrior, 1900 attack, 1300 defense. I don't know if this counts as part of that Noble Knights archetype with, I'm blanking on the name, but they're the ones that like the Noble Arms equip spells. But anyway, if this card attacks, it loses 300 attack during the damage step only. That's weird. If this card in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card, either by battle or card effect, and sent to your graveyard, you can send a card from your hand to the graveyard, target a level 4 or lower warrior-type monster in your graveyard, and add that target to your hand. Okay. Weird, but okay. Another Crawler Duel. Subterror Cave Clash. Continuous spell. All Subterror monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense for each set monster on the field. Once per turn, when a Subterror monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target a Subterror card in your graveyard, except Cave Clash, and add it to your hand. Okay. Mully Interceptor Cannons, level 4 Earth Rock. Once per turn, you can Earth Rock, 1100 attack, 2000 defense, and once per turn, you can just flip it into face-down defense position. That one's also pretty cool if you need just something to help you with the Subterror Behemoths. Probably a little bit better than Wandering Mummy, in that if your opponent attacks it, they're less likely to just punch right through, although Wandering Mummy does have that nice thing of shuffling to make it harder for your opponent to just destroy them with any sort of effects. And Premature Return. A reprint trap card. Banish one card from your hand, then target one of your banished monsters, special summon it in face-down defense position. Okay. There you go. We're making speed. We're making some progress again. Blue Rose Dragon. Vanilla. Alright, a level 1 Earth Beast with 150 attack and 2050 defense. Alright. I feel like that might be connected to something, but it also might not. I have no idea. Dragard. Level 4 Dark Dragon, 1300 attack, 1900 defense. When this card is normal summoned, you can target a normal monster with 1000 or less attack in your graveyard. special summon that target in face-up defense position. Alright, so that works with the one dragon, the Dragard tuner. The one with like no attack and 2100 defense. You can use that with this. Once per turn, you can tribute a dragon-type monster, then target one face-up monster you control. Until the end phase, its level becomes 8, and if it does, it gains 800 attack. Okay. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Subterror Behemoth Burrowing. Trap card. You can banish one Subterror monster from your graveyard. For the rest of this turn, face-down defense position or face-down monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, and your opponent cannot target them with card effects. If this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can add a Subterror monster from your deck to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target a Subterror monster you control and change it to face-down defense position. Okay. Okay. The banishing kind of stinks, although you might be able to combine it with Premature Return. Maybe? I can't remember if any of the Subterror non-behemoths. I can't remember what the Warrior and the Guardsman. I can't remember what they're called. I don't remember if any of them are level 3 or not. Noble Knight Joan, Wicked Rebirth. Continuous trap card. Activate this card by paying 800 life points. Target a synchro monster in your graveyard. Special summon it in attack position. Its effects are negated. It cannot declare an attack this turn. And when this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. That's not too bad though, because you could just activate it during, at the end of your opponent's turn, get your synchro monster back, and then just attack with it on your turn because it's the next turn. That's a cool trap card. Kind of like a Call of the Haunted or something for synchros with the life point cost. Alright, it's 37 minutes, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and buy another set of 10 before we start looking at all the missing cards. It's weird, I've gotten 3 super rares, but 2 of them were the same, so I haven't actually gotten that many. Metaphase Armed Dragon, Stalagmo, Magical Android, Crows, Tindangle Intruder, Wicked Rebirth. Did I speak a little too soon? Gardragon, Justicia, Stalagmo. I did. Another super rare, Boogie Trap. Spell card. Discard 2 cards. Target a trap in your graveyard. Set that target. It can be activated this turn, but you can only activate 1 Boogie Trap per turn. Okay. Interesting spell. Blue Rose Dragon, Witch of the Black Rose. White Rose Dragon. Hello, I don't think I've seen you. Level 4 Dark Dragon, 1200 attack, 1000 defense. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 Rose Dragon monster from your hand or graveyard except White Rose Dragon. You can only use each of these effects of White Rose Dragon once per turn. If you control a Dragon-type tuner or Plant-type tuner, you can special summon this card from your hand. Alright. If this card is sent to the graveyard as sync material, you can send 1 level 4 or higher Plant-type monster from your deck to the graveyard. Interesting. Hey, I think I got another super rare. Arcane Archer, Void Cotton, and I did! Subterror Behemoth Umastrix. Level 7 Earth Reptile, 2000 attack, 2700 defense. Flip effect. You can target 1 monster your opponent controls, banish it. Oh, that's awesome. That's really, really awesome. I hope I get another copy of it. I don't think I will, but that's awesome. Void Cotton. Okay, Cloud Castle. Level 9 Wind Machine Synchro. Accepts any tuner and non-tuners. With no attack, 3000 defense. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target a level 9 monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. Level 8 or lower monsters cannot attack the turn they are normal or special summoned. Okay, so what the hell is that thing that special summons level 9? I can't remember what it is. I don't remember what it is. Shoot. Subterror Behemoth Ultramophus. That's an interesting synchro, though. Great Spirit, Garmides, Chevalier de Fleur. Level 8 Wind Warrior Synchro, 2700 attack, 2300 defense. Requires Fluor Synchron as the tuner, but accepts any non-tuners. Once during each of your turns, when your opponent activates a spell trap card, you can negate the activation and destroy that card. Okay, that's going to be annoying. I don't know what Fluor Synchron does, but hopefully it's nothing too obnoxious. Okay, I guess I'm just getting another super rare. Jagosberry, Ace Metaphase. Nope, it's an ultra rare. Deus Ex Crawler. Is that 2, 4, 6, 8, a level 9 Earth Insect Flip, 2000 attack, 3000 defense. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets this face-down monster, as a quick effect, you can change this card to face up a defense position, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. After this card was flipped face up, while it is in the monster zone, negate all monster effects activated on your opponent's field. Okay. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add from your deck to your hand one level 9 monster with a different original type and attribute than this card. You can only use this effect Deus Ex Crawler once per turn. So is it something like this that replaced itself? Fuck, I don't remember, but that's an awesome ability. Just all of your opponent's monsters don't get to activate their effects, but you still get to use yours. Okay. Cave Clash, Sinister Seeds, Copper Plant, Ghost Gardna, Crawler, Ranvier. Level 2 Earth Insect Flip, 1100 attack, 900 defense. When it is flipped, you can target up to 2 Crawler monsters in your graveyard, add them to your hand. Alright, so Graveyard Recovery. Very nice. And another Copper Plant. Okay. Screw it, let's go to 50. I don't care. There was a lot of duplicates in that in those 10, and pardon me again, just damn nose. Oh. Sorry about that. Wish I knew why it was suddenly acting up. Got another Dark Rose Fairy, Necrofleur, Crawler Glyle, King, Cave Clash, Different Dimension Ground. Excuse me, good lord. Cloud Castle, Wicked Rebirth, White Rose Dragon. Snapdragon. That's an amazing pun. Level 2 Earth Plant, 300 attack, 100 defense. When this card is sent to the graveyard, banish a random card from your opponent's hand until the end phase. Okay. You can only use this effect with Snapdragon once per turn. Metaphase Factor. Hey, I got the other Umastrix. Thank you. I'll take that. I will happily take that. The Huge Revolution is over. Counter Trap card. When a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated that would destroy 2 or more cards on the field, negate the activation, and if you do, banish it. I don't know what that would counter, but okay. Influence Dragon and Soul Absorption, a reprint card, but is a continuous spell that says if a card is banished, you gain 500 life points for each. Probably very nice for the Metaphase monsters, since they like to banish and constantly resummon themselves. Anyway. Subterror Behemoths, Poltergeist, Subterror Nemesis, that's what those were called. And a Stigakraken, Golem Sentry, Dark Rose Fairy, Deslakuda. Level 3 Earth Zombie, 500 attack, 600 defense. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position. When this card is flip summoned, draw a card. Again, though, you have to be the one, you have to manually flip it. You can't let your opponent attack it. It doesn't work that way. Jagosberry, Phantom King, Sorcerer de Fleur, Protector, Great Spirit, Dragard, another Snapdragon, Mardark, Soul Absorption. Okay, that 10 went really fast. There's not a whole lot of new stuff. I'm going to try an extra 10 just because I'm kind of excited about all the new stuff. Lots of really fun looking cards. But I promise this will be the last 10. Cloud Castle, Metaphase Armed Dragon, Ultramaphus. Okay, sure. Give me more. I got the other Ultra Rare Synchro. Okay, cool. Garmadie's White Rose Dragon and Vermilion Dragon Mech. Level 9 Fire Machine Synchro, 2700 attack, 1800 defense, accepts any tuner and non-tuners. Once per turn, you can banish a tuner monster from your hand, field, or graveyard, then target a card on the field and destroy it. If this synchro summoned card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target a banished tuner and add it to your hand. Not bad. Not bad. Another Okami, Vanilla, Cock-a-doodle-doo. Okay, a level 5 Winged Beast tuner, 1600 attack, 2000 defense. If there are no monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand as a level 3 monster. But it says no monsters on the field, so that includes both you and your opponent. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no cards, you can special summon this card from your hand as a level 4 monster. If this face-up card would leave the field, banish it instead. Okay, so it's kind of a varying level tuner. It's not too bad. Probably a little difficult to use it as a 3. Anyway, Okami, Wandering Mummy, Rose, Warrior of Revenge. Level 4 Fire Warrior tuner, 1600 attack, 600 defense. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, inflicts 300 damage to your opponent. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Justicia, Golem Sentry, Metaphase Nephthys. So is there just a Metaphase for a lot of these famous monsters, I guess? Level 8 Light Worm, 2400 attack, 1600 defense. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Metaphase monster, you can banish all set spell and traps on the field. If this card is banished during the standby phase of the next turn, you can shuffle this banished card into the deck. Add a Metaphase card from your deck to your hand, except for Metaphase Nephthys. Okay. Very interested in those two, but man, those seem difficult to use. Anyway, Gardragon, Xeon, Crawler Dendrite, Executor, Z1, Crawler Receptor. Level 2 Earth Insect, 900 attack, 1200 defense. Flip effect, you can add a crawler monster from your deck to your hand. Very nice. Boycotton, 01, Sorcerer Defleur. Alright. Mardark, Subterror Behemoth Burrowing. Another ultra rare. Alright, Keeper of the Shrine. Level 4 Dark Dragon, no attack, 2100 defense. This card can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a Dragon-type monster. While this card is in your hand or graveyard, if a face-up Dragon-type monster on the field, except Keeper of the Shrine, is sent to the graveyard by a card effect or because it was destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card. Then, if that monster sent to the graveyard is a normal monster, you can add a Dragon-type normal monster from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use the effects of Keeper of the Shrine once per turn. This thing is going to be very obnoxious. You set it has high defense, you ideally tribute it for something like a Blue Eyes. If the Blue Eyes is ever destroyed, you basically special summon Keeper of the Shrine back, return the Blue Eyes to your hand, and then next turn you can just immediately tribute summon for the Blue Eyes again. Okay then. Ghost Gardna, Sinister Seeds, and Rose Warrior of Revenge. Alright, that is the last pack I'm going to open up. Let's go ahead and go through the cards that I did not get, starting with the Ultra Rares. We have a Black Metal Dragon, a level 1 Dark Dragon with 600 attack and defense. You can target a Red Eyes monster you control, except Red Eyes Black Chick. Equip this monster from your hand or field to that target. It gains 600 attack. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a Red Eyes card from your deck to your hand, except for Red Eyes Black Chick. Okay, that's very annoying considering the structure deck that was added, which I also have to cover. Alright, geez Louise, this rapidly turned out to be a lot longer of a video than I thought. Crawler's Spine. Level 2 Earth Insect Flip, 300 attack, 2100 defense. Flip effect, you can target a monster on the field, destroy that monster. So it's a 2100 defense Man-Eater Bug. Alright. World Legacy World Armor. I don't even know what the hell these are. Oh wait, no, wasn't Mardark a World Legacy thing? Anyway. Level 7 Dark Machine, 2500 attack and defense. When a monster is flip summoned, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. If this normal summoned set card is on the field as a quick effect, you can target a face-up opponent's monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, return both that monster and this card to the hand. You can only use each effective world armor once per turn. Okay, so anti-synchro infusion. Fairly easy to special summon if you use it in flip effect decks. Alright. Miracle Fertilizer. Continuous spell. Once per turn, you can target a plant-type monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. You cannot normal summon or set during the turn you special summon with this effect, even if this card leaves the field. If a monster special summoned by this effect leaves the field, destroy this card. Okay. Interesting. And finally, Metaphase Dimension. Continuous trap. If your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can target one of your banished Metaphase monsters, special summon it, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn, obviously. Excuse me. If your other Metaphase card in its owner's possession is banished while this card is already face up in your spell and trap zone, you can target a card your opponent controls, banish it. Okay, so I guess if any other Metaphase card you control banishes itself while this thing's face up, you get to just banish something of your opponent's. Alright, the Metaphases look like they're going to be very annoying. Next in the super rares, we have the Black Stone of Legend. Level 1 Dark Dragon, no attack and defense. You contribute this card, special summon a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck. Wonderful. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, and if you do, add this card to your hand. You can only use one Black Stone of Legend effect per turn, and only once that turn. This thing is going to be annoying, because oh my god, Red Eyes just got a huge buff in the structure deck. Good lord. Red Eyes Baby Dragon. More Red Eyes support, because why not? Level 3 Dark Dragon, 1200 attack, 700 defense. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck, and if you do, equip this card from the graveyard to it. It gains 300 attack. Oy. Good lord, that's like, what, 3 different ways for you to summon Red Eyes Dragons? Like, just Red Eyes Black Dragons out of your deck? If this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can add a level 1 Dragon-type monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Oh geez, kinda like Black Stone of Legend. Good lord, these things are going to be obnoxious. Metaphase Daedalus. Level 7 Light Worm, 2600 attack, 1500 defense. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Metaphase monster, you can banish all other face-up special summoned monsters on the field. If this card is banished, during the standby phase of the next turn, you can shuffle this banished card into the deck, banish a Metaphase card from your deck except Daedalus. Okay. Crawler Axon, level 2 Earth Insect Flip, 500 attack, 800 defense. When it is flipped, you can target a spell trap on the field and destroy it. Then we have Rose Paladin, level 4 Earth Warrior, 1800 attack, 200 defense. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you contribute this card, special summon one plant-type monster from your hand or deck in defense position. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, add a level 7 or higher plant-type monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Rose Paladin once per turn. Alright. And, oh, another Flower Princess. Titanio Princess of Camellias. Level 8 Wind Plant, 2800 attack, 2600 defense. During either player's turn, when a card or effect that targets a card on the field is activated, you contribute a face-up plant-type monster to negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Okay. Lots of really good super rares. And moving on, for the rares, we have Metaphase Tyrant Dragon. Level 8 Light Worm, 2900 attack, 2500 defense. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Metaphase monster, it is unaffected by trap effects. Also, if it attacks a monster, it can make a second attack in a row. And that doesn't have to be against another monster, so if it destroys the only monster your opponent controls, it then gets to attack directly. If this card is banished during the standby phase of the next turn, you can shuffle this banished card into the deck, special summon a Metaphase monster from your hand, but banish that during the end phase of the next turn. Wow, these Metaphases are crazy. Alright, then we have Bright Star Dragon, level 4 Light Dragon, 1900 attack, 1000 defense. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one other face-up monster on the field, increase that target's level by 2 until the end of this turn. Alright, so meant to help with tuning. World Legacy Clash, quick play spell, banish a face-up monster you control until the end phase. Target a face-up monster your opponent controls. That target loses attack and defense equal to the original attack and defense of that banished monster. Alright, that's a pretty cool quick play spell. Nice little trap you could use against your opponents. Excuse me. Fluor Synchron, level 2 light machine. Looks like a plant, but okay. 400 attack, 200 defense. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can special summon a level 2 or lower monster from your hand. Okay. And that looks like that was the last card that I did not get from the box, so... Alright, lots of new archetypes. All of them look like they're a lot of fun. Very scared of all the Red Eyes support, but... Speaking on that, let's go ahead and take a look at just the new cards from this deck. Because there's quite a few, and this video is already dragging on close to an hour, and I thought it would only be half an hour. So anyway, a lot of these cards you can get in other boxes and by other means. One thing I do want to draw attention to actually is Red Eyes Slash Dragon, since this is normally an ultra rare from a box, but if you get the deck, you can also get a copy of it that way. So anyway, when it comes to the new cards, not covering all of them because I just don't have the time. First we have Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning, level 6 Dark Fiend Gemini, 2500 attack, 1200 defense. When you Gemini summon it, you can, once per turn, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls with defense lower than this card's attack. Yeah! Next up is Red Eyes Retro Dragon, level 4 Dark Dragon, 1700 attack, 1600 defense. If a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster you control, except Red Eyes Black Chick, is destroyed by your opponent's attack or card effect and sent to your graveyard while this card is in your hand. So basically, if any level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster is destroyed by an attack or card effect, is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense position. Then, if you do, you get to special summon as many of those destroyed monsters as possible in the same position they were in when they were destroyed. So it basically undoes the results of whatever your opponent just did. Furthermore, you can tribute this card, and then normal summon a Red Eyes monster during your main phase this turn, in addition to your regular normal summon and set. Oh, and as if that's not bad enough, the final new super rare is Red Eyes Fusion. A spell card where you get to fusion summon one fusion monster that lists a Red Eyes monster as material from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand deck or field as fusion materials. And if you do, its name becomes Red Eyes Black Dragon. You cannot normal or special summon other monsters the turn you activate this card, and you can only activate one Red Eyes Fusion per turn. But yes, it basically means that you can create any Red Eyes Fusion whenever you fucking want to. Very overpowered card. Then we have Red Eyes Toon Dragon. Level 7 Dark Dragon, 2400 attack, 2000 defense, counts as a Toon. Cannot attack the turn it is summoned. While you control Toon World and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, it does get to attack directly. Once per turn, you can special summon a Toon monster from your hand, except Red Eyes Toon Dragon, ignoring its summoning conditions. And unlike many Toons, it does not destroy itself if Toon World is destroyed. So, this is actually a fairly durable Toon. And I don't know, if anybody out there is using Toon monsters still, maybe this thing can help with that. Oh boy. Return of the Red Eyes. Continuous trap card. If you control a Red Eyes monster except Red Eyes Black Chick, you can target a normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So if you control Red Eyes Slash Dragon, Red Eyes Retro Dragon, Red Eyes Wyvern, just special summon any normal monster from your graveyard. It doesn't have to be a Red Eyes. If this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, target a Red Eyes monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So, very annoying trap, but you can only use each effective return of the Red Eyes once per turn. And then finally, we just have this weird Earth monster, or a normal monster, beckoned by the World Chalice. Level 4 Earth Warrior, 1800 attack, 0 defense. I mean, I guess it's a pretty good just offensive card, but yeah, so when I was saying there's a lot of new Red Eyes support, I was not kidding, because there's a lot of new Red Eyes support in this deck. If you take a look at it, you get two really good ultra rares. You get this new super rare that revives a Red Eyes that was just destroyed. You get a fusion card that lets you fusion for something like Slash Dragon, Meteor Black Dragon, Red Eyes Skull Dragon, pretty much as easily as you ever possibly hope to. Toon actually kind of works more with other Toons, but then there's also Return of the Red Eyes, which just special summons them out of the graveyard. And you also get a copy of, if it'll let me click on it, Cards of the Redstone, which sends a level 7 Red Eyes from your hand to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. Then you can send another Red Eyes from your deck to the graveyard. About the only Red Eyes, like really good Red Eyes support card that this deck is missing is Red Eyes Spirit, and I'm really glad that it does because, oh my gosh, if it was that easy to get Red Eyes Spirit, which just special summons a Red Eyes from your graveyard, this structure deck would be the most broken thing. But anyway, with this hour-long episode finally wrapped up, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all had a great time, and I hope you all have a great day. And I will see you all in the next one.